Hello, everyone.
Yes, we never know who we're visible to just yet, but we'll do the little behind the scenes. Listen to me saying we. Janine will do the behind the scenes buttons and clicks and figure it out and where we need to be next.
Well, actually, I just got the notification that it is not streaming, so
This is going to be a new thing.
that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna chit chat a little bit here, so that I can get into the studio, the business page, and I will push it
Okay.
over
Yeah.
the group. I just want to make sure we're live we are. So let me push it to the group. And happy St. Patrick's Day, Mary Grace.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I think I'm 75% Irish, I believe is what the determination is, but I had 3 grandparents that were 100% Irish.
Oh wow! What were
So
their last
yeah,
names?
and my dad was, and he was quite proud of it. So
What was your maiden name? What was your last name?
Manning,
Oh
Manning,
man,
like Eli.
like Eli, but not with
Archie.
the
Yeah.
on the opposite side of that. So little known fact about me is I actually have Irish blood in me because I'm everybody thinks I'm just Italian and I'm not. My grandfather on my mom's side was a McAllister. So
Oh, okay.
we've got Irish in us for sure. And this morning on social media, I shared the Irish prayer that my mom always had hanging in our house. I always found it just to be very comforting. And it's interesting because I don't know. A lot of people don't realize that I have that blood in me, but my grandfather was a very proud Irishman. So
Yeah.
yeah, fun stuff. I
That's
think
all you
that
need is one from that generation. So I'm
yeah,
I'm kind of known for this now, so I have to do my corned beef
so
every year.
share with I was going to just say, since people are hopping in, because I just did push it over into our
Okay,
studio,
thanks.
the
Yeah.
group, but share with everybody what your menu was yesterday. You do a
Oh,
big dinner for your family.
oh, I don't think it's any different than most people's. Well, like maybe a lot of people go out for it, but I make corned beef. And here's a little tidbit for everybody because I looked it up. Every year I go and look and I go, do I want flat? Do I want point? This is some of the best we ever had. And then I had read that point. It has the most flavor. It has a little bit of
Okay.
additional fat. If you're real worried about that, um, just give it up for a day. But the point is a little bit. It was really good. So I just slow boil it. It's almost all day, 3 or 4 hours, and then we
I
had the
bet your
white or
house
red
smells
potatoes.
great.
Yes, the white or red potatoes and cabbage and carrots and rye bread. Oh, and the part you liked that said used to be a wedding dessert is vanilla ice cream with creamed mint on top for the green. So
Hey, ladies, drop in the comments a shamrock if you celebrated yesterday or today St. Patrick's Day. Give us a
yeah,
shamrock. I'm seeing a couple shamrocks popping up, but
I think a
drop
live
drop
Saturday
us a
too.
shamrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a big weekend. Well, I know that a lot of people in like the St. Patrick's Day parades and things like that were this past weekend. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know a lot of people did that.
absolutely.
But yeah, a lot of people love to I did post in our chat and I said, I hope you're gonna join us tonight because we never know what type of shenanigans Mary Grace and I are gonna
Oh my
get
gosh,
into. So
that's true.
we've got 20 people in both groups watching. So I think that they
Oh,
all
I love
popped
it.
in and
I
said
love it.
hello. Thank you to everybody who's hopping in. I am seeing some comments, not all. So I'm going to just say thank you so much. But definitely always remember that you can drop a comment. One of us or the stylist that invited you will come back in and read them and answer them for you. You can always direct your comments directly to the stylist that invited you, which, by the way, congratulations that a stylist invited you to this tonight because this is pretty cool. They thought enough of you to ask you to come in and hear about our opportunity on St. Patrick's Day night. And they wanted you to just listen with an open heart, hear it. Hear it out. It might be something that you could possibly be interested in, or it may be something that somebody is interested in, and you can direct them our way. But for the price of admission, all you have to do is listen to 4
My
questions that
spiel.
I'm going to
Yeah.
ask Mary Grace, seriously. And then at the end of our talk, I'm going to pop in a Google form for you to fill out. And once you fill that out, you are entered into the drawing for free jewelry. That's all it takes. So thanks for the thumbs up and all the shamrocks. I am so excited tonight to be able to be interviewing our executive company vice president, Mary Grace Lewandowski. She's a delight to talk to on a Monday night. I look forward to these all the time. And we're excited to be here with all of you. So I'm going to ask her 4 really super simple questions about what we do. And Mary Grace is going to expound upon them and just give us some more information about Park Lane Jewelry. If you could do me a solid, I know some of you are doing it already, and just drop the comment and tag your stylist. Let your stylist know that you are here with us tonight. So Mary Grace, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday.
Hi. I feel like I need to start with this because you probably heard some noise in the background. But your first question to me is going to be, what's direct sales or why direct sales?
Sure is. Are you clairvoyant now?
No, and I'm just going right into part of the answer because it gives you flexibility and you can be there where you need to be when you need to be there, work around your own hours. So this is unusual, but I have grandkids overnight tonight. So if you see some special guests, just know that's the way we live around here. There goes one now.
And I would like to point out that that's the beauty of what we do in direct sales. It's the
Absolutely.
fact that you can weave this into your everyday lifestyle. So if you're a young mom, you could do this. If you're a grandmother who's watching children for their children, you can do this, and you can do it all. And everybody understands. I'm sure everybody on this call understands exactly what's happening in the background, and they are playing and they sound just fine. So let's start with question number 1. And question number 1 is why direct sales? But I'd also like you to touch on the difference between direct sales and MLM. That's something we hear all the time. So I'd like you to talk about that tonight, if you would.
Yeah, I mean, both wonderful models as far as having like the flexibility that you
Yeah.
want, but very different types of business. And people like interchange them all the time, interchange the names of them. And we here at Park Lane Jewelry, we're in direct sales. And what that means is direct to consumer. We're
Right.
based on we're based on home shows for the we
Party plan.
78% of our people do strictly online now, but it's a show. It's like we're trying for the we do direct orders. I'm really messing this up, but it
No,
is
it's okay.
it's like a customer based business. So the my understanding is that with multi-level marketing, the emphasis is very much on the recruiting. And direct
Right.
sales, you hear it right in our name. It's just direct sales. We serve as a liaison between the customer and the company. Now, do we also like to hire people, bring them in? Yes, this is why we're doing
Sure.
things like this, because we absolutely love to share it. And we can only do so much. I can only do so much. And then it's like you got to open little franchises all over. So we'd love to offer these little franchise opportunities, if
Good.
you will. So yeah, direct sales, all of the benefits of running your own business with none of the overhead and none of the anxious worries. And that's why my husband and I decided that I would go into direct sales. And we realized that if I was going to get any kind of part time gig, I would prefer to have one where I could pick when I worked. I could pick when I needed to work, when I didn't need to work, all around the
Yeah.
schedule of our 4 kids and stuff.
Mhm.
So we thought direct sales was absolute the godsend. And I did not go into direct sales originally thinking it would be my full-time career. That's something that just evolved. So I have so many people say things like, "Oh, I already have a job." And our answer is always, well, good, because I never
Good.
would have been brave enough to totally quit what I was doing just to do direct
Right.
sales. Instead, it was something that I had some time to kind of grow into, if you will. So we just love that direct sales is whatever you need it to be. If you want a very, 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 very part-time job, this is it. If you want to go a little bit more full-time, this is it. If you want to work 1 month and not other months and stuff, this is it. Direct sales is the flexibility and all the power again of running your own business.
I like the direct to consumer aspect. To me, it's
Mm-hmm.
personal shopper, if you will. So I explain it exactly the way you do when somebody asks me, and I always say we're party plan.
Party
That's
plan. That
different.
was the word I
We
was searching for
and
there. Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I felt like that's where you were going. But I didn't
It
want to
was,
interrupt
and
you.
you should have
But
interrupted me.
sorry, scold me now.
No,
But
I'm
we're
not
party plan.
supposed to.
And here's the beauty of Party Plan. The beauty of Party Plan is that your friends and family and coworkers and people that do parties for you, they're introducing you to new clients
Oh my
because
gosh,
Mary
all the time.
Grace's line, yeah, and Mary Grace has always said this, and I believe this in everything we do in life. where there are people, there are possibilities.
Mhm.
And that's truly what we do, is the possibility of meeting new people through the wonderful people that say yes and
Yeah.
host. And I will tell you that several people did put comments in saying that they love the sound of your grandchildren in the background. So
Oh,
you're
that's
you're
so
all good.
cute. For
You're all
now.
good. So now that we know about Party Plan and we know how it differs from MLM and we know how we're a direct sellers or personal shoppers, how does jewelry fit into that lineage?
Yeah, because I mean, let's say you go, oh, you know what? This direct sales thing sounds really cool. One of your
Yeah.
next things is like, well, what am I going to sell? And why would I sell jewelry? And you guys, I never, my first foray into direct sales was candles. Janine's was baskets. You could probably guess our companies. We were really pretty high up there, you know.
Yep.
And it had a lot of wonderful, wonderful qualities. But the way that each of us is, I'm speaking for myself, but I've heard you say, yes, that's true, is that we kind of fell into it because we went to a party and we thought, oh, I could do this. We weren't, but the next time when our companies were struggling or having some problems and we were looking where we should go,
Yeah.
then we were a little bit more proactive about, well, wait a minute, people are people. What kind of product do I want to sell? And my gosh, you guys, it comes out number one all the time. And it did it for the Levine family. Our company's been around since 1955. And I just love this story because the couple that decided to start the business, Shirley and Arthur, they were like, they agreed on the direct sales concept. They agreed on the party plan business. They knew they
Mhm.
wanted all that so they could help other people develop wealth and flexibility too. They weren't sure what product, but they thought like a
Product.
home product. They tossed some ideas around and then they got so smart. They hired a consultant and three of them that all separately went out into the world, came back and told by far number one jewelry. And we have experienced all that now. It's very inexpensive to store or and to ship if you ever have to. You generally don't have to. We wear our product, which is like such a godsend because we're out and about and someone's like, you know, um, complimenting us on our bracelet, and we have a way to segue very simply into how we could help them. Not only do we wear our product, our customers and hostesses who are so pleased with how much they got, they wear our product. So they go out into the world and bring back more um, uh, references. It's considered a consumable product. It changes with the seasons, with the trends, with the outfits. So that was really fascinating to me because I always liked the idea of a consumable product. It has withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
Jewelry's been around since, uh,
70 years in our company.
yeah,
70 years in our
like,
company. Time immemorial.
with the first humans. They were like putting little things on
Yeah.
strings and making some accessories, right? So jewelry's been around since, and the projections 43 billion. 43 billion. I want part of that 43 billion in the designer jewelry. I mean, the designer inspired jewelry trend. So, jewelry is definitely the place to be, and one of the number one things that people buy for gifts: candy, flowers, jewelry, right? So, it's a very popular product with all, the market is absolutely huge.
What I
We've
love
seen the
it when you
difference.
talk about the fact that that jewelry's been around from time since time immemorial. I mean, like quite honestly, think back, like all the Cleopatra movies that you saw and the jewelry that they wore. Or my brain, and this is so stupid, but my brain goes to the Flintstones. Like even Wilma had jewelry on, like in the Flintstones. Do you know what I mean? Like that. It's so funny when you really think about it. Like everybody has jewelry. Like that is a
Yeah.
very common product. I have to tell you, we got a really cool question, which I don't think we've ever gotten before. Chris Taylor Cruz asks, Janine and Mary Grace, how long have you ladies been in Park Lane? So I'm going to extend on that. How long have you been in direct sales? Let's ask that question.
Oh, in direct sales, 27 years, I guess. 15 of them here.
I'm 10 here, but I'm 30 years total in direct sales. And
Yes.
Mary Grace's entire leader lineage, all of her leaders have years and years and years of experience, and that
Yeah.
is why
Good
we can sit
trainers.
here. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we can sit here and say
Yeah.
we know this is good.
We know how to get you to where you need to go. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, love that. Oh,
Oh,
all right.
bubbles.
Well,
Okay.
hello. And the other question they had was, how many grandchildren? I said, you'll have two there right now,
Well, I
one
have,
girl, one
yeah.
boy. Or you have more, probably more than two, but you have two there right now. All right. So see, they're asking questions. I love this.
I
Okay,
do
so
too.
now that we know what we do and we know how jewelry fits into it, and it seems like the perfect fit, please tell us, everybody who's listening, where does Park Lane fit into this? Like, why would someone choose Park Lane over anything else?
Okay, so this is really truly like kind of the maturation process that we went through our career, right? It's like, what should I do? I'm thinking get a part-time job. Why direct sales? Oh, blah blah blah. Okay. Then we decide what product the second time around. Oh, jewelry. Then we decide what company when we had experience and we were deciding where to go. We both have these experiences where we had other options. And when I was going over the programs and everything at Park Lane, I actually had another offer from another jewelry company that same week to come and be like the head trainer of their field. Very flattering, all that. Wouldn't have that flexibility or anything like that. But I still felt like, okay, so if I was a trainer, I would have to get up there and I would have to talk about the programs that we have this company and I'd have to be able to push them and, make them positive. But I really wouldn't be able to say they're the best because Park Lane has is the best. And I thought wherever I decided to go, I wanted to go where I could offer the best. It makes your job easier, but it's also just so much more pleasant and fun for all of your customers and hosts to be so happy all the time. So when you're looking at a company's programs, you want to look at things like what do they do for the customer? What do they do for the host or hostess? If it was brick and mortar, they'd be like, what do we do for the store? Right. And then it's
Yeah.
like, what do we do? Well, yeah, what do we do for the reps? Okay. So the first thing is many of you, most of you probably know about our customer sale, but it is so brilliant in so many ways because people are going for value. Okay. And they are perfectly thrilled when they get their 2 items for full and their 4 items for half and something for $35. But they're walking out with a lot of jewelry. So they have quantity and quality, and they're absolutely thrilled. And they're going to talk about this sale and repeat this sale. And people book shows with us or have little get togethers with us because they're proud for us to tell their friends that. Like they feel like, I know, isn't it great? So the sale is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. It draws people in. Our other program, of course, is our host program, which is what we give the person who decides to bring her friends to us. And we want to make her even happier than we made the customers. So we are so incredibly generous, and our average hostess gets $300 to $1,000 in full and discounted jewelry. It's like with 10 orders, they get $500 free. It's absolutely nuts. And then, of course, sometimes we all want to like go on camera and say how this has been so good for our soul and how much we've loved this sisterhood and everything that we've learned and making people happy with jewelry. Those things are all true. But come on, we all first come here because of the money. Okay. I mean, most people are looking for a part-time job that pays, right? So,
Yeah.
so yes, we have the most generous profit program in the entire direct sales industry. We can literally say that as a fact. We have forced other companies to raise their minimums and stuff, because people were like getting wind of us, and they're like, oh dear, we're going to change some of that. But we get paid weekly. We make anywhere from 30 to 50%. We do not have any quotas. Once you have achieved a certain level in this company, you keep it, any level. Okay. So if you have made your way in your first month of business up a couple levels, you could leave for a year, come back, and you would still come back at that level. They don't believe in leading with punishment. It's more like they would rather lead with all of the possible rewards. And that takes us to the other thing, the number of rewards we have here. I mean, we can earn each of us, no matter where we are in the company, $1,000 in jewelry every single month. So if you're a user, if you are one of our wonderful, wonderful customers, honestly, the friends and family discount is to become a rep. It really is. Because wouldn't you like to get a paycheck back every week on all of that stuff that you
Oh my
bought?
goodness.
So
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. So jewelry trips. I have little tan. I don't even know if you can tell, but I went and got a spray tan because we're leaving for St. Thomas on Wednesday. After that, in August, we're going to Switzerland. So we have 2 trips a year. We have a car bonus. You get more if you decide to get a white Mercedes. Am I leaving out anything big? I mean, I'm sure I
No,
am, but
I like that you opened with no quotas and no
yeah,
minimums. I think that's the hugest. I just think that's really big,
that
like
took away.
especially
Yeah, that.
anybody. Well, actually, maybe you should just touch on those of us who came over from other companies and how that
Oh, it
works.
just, yeah, we're the only company that, and it's because we're family owned, we have no board of directors dictating what we do or anything. The
Right?
family always just wants the best for us. But where was I going with that? Budgeting went out of my head because I have a 2 year
Oh,
old at my feet. Oh, they will, the people can recommend you. People can recommend you, and the company can come looking
we
for
were
you, and you
talking
can come
about
looking for
yeah, we were
direct
talking
appointment.
about direct to hire.
Yes.
So lineal, yeah, yeah,
Yes, we will bring you in at a level that's commensurate with what
commensurate.
you've achieved. And it could be that you didn't even, maybe you even haven't sold in 10 years, but you still achieved that kind of experience. So it's worth looking at Parkland.
Somebody just, oh, Shelly Otting said, wow, $1,000 in jewelry every month with a question mark. Yes, actually more than that. The one thing that's really cool about Park Lane is that we have the ability in a tiered level based on our sales to not only receive a paycheck every week, but we can receive free jewelry. So we use that to be able to build our kits each month and have the new pieces to show our clients. So it's kind of super cool to be able to have that. Here she is. Hey, gorgeous. How are you? Look at you. All right,
Park Lane.
finally. Oh my goodness. What in the world did she get into?
Does she have purple all over her face? Let me see.
Oh, she's got purple all over her.
Dinosaur
It's okay.
cookies.
We love her very much. So let's talk about really quickly, Mary Grace, if you could close this out and let these gals know why is now a great time to join Park Lane.
Well, first of all, you're excited. You just heard about it. You should lean in. That's what successful people do. They don't overthink things. They know that all of the obstacles that they're picturing in their head will work themselves out later, and they absolutely will. We are here, hon. We are here to help you. We have an amazing kit deal right now. Okay, so I literally did look into this, Janine. If you were wanting to build your own website or something, it's like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. So Park Lane charges us $129 to have, not us, you guys. we get we have to do even more than you do. $129 you get your own website. So like a link that is directly attached to you. So just think about it. People could be giving us orders right now. I'll go back and look on my phone and they're there. Okay.
Yep.
They usually cost thousands of dollars. It's in 129. In addition to that, for the $129, which is a tax write-off, you can also use all of the resources that we have available in our back office. And one thing that people, we can't imagine because we've never experienced this stuff, but like there's no credit card fees or anything from Park Lane. Like we don't have any fees or anything like that. Okay. And then, and I almost forgot to tell you, website, back office access, using all of the things that I pay for so you can have a cut and paste business. Oh, and $500 in jewelry.
500.
And an impression bracelet this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your choice.
So
your choice
yes,
of an impression
your choice.
bracelet.
Which those are $188. So that's already more than the $129 that you paid to get all the other stuff and your $500 in jewelry. So it's a wonderful opportunity, and we have a spring. And if you have your intro shows this week, you could have a chance to win a trip to Cancun because they're just picking one. Yes, that'd be great. And
there's always there's so many incentives. And that's the great thing about it is I think everybody on this call would agree with me when I say, if somebody came to you and said, you can get $688 in jewelry of your choice, that's the 500 plus the impression bracelet choice for just $129, that's a deal in and of itself. But the fact that we're throwing in a website for an entire year, your entire back office with all of your training and development, a cut and paste business, because Mary Grace pays somebody to make the most beautiful paperwork for us that we can just cut and paste into different social media platforms. Plus the fact that on top of it all, you're going to have access to everything that you need to run a successful business. You're going to be like, yeah, I'll do that. So this is where we drop in that fantastic Google form, because I want to go ahead and pop it in the comments here. I'm not sure where it's going to show up because I had to push the video over to
Oh,
the
okay.
page, the business, the Grace and Grit Studio group, but I will also drop it in the group comments as well. It's at the top of the page in the featured area, but we want you to fill that out because when you fill that out, that's your ticket to enter into the drawing for free jewelry, by which Mary Grace will curate pieces based
I
on
love
how
it.
you answer the questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fill out those
Um,
Google forms. Got to play to win.
Yes, definitely fill them out. It doesn't mean that we're signing you up for anything. It doesn't mean that we're going to contact you for anything. It doesn't mean anything about that. It means that's your ticket to enter. It means you were here watching us tonight with the other 45 of you that are here. And it means that we really appreciate that you're here. Now, our little shenanigans that we want to do is we want to get you to come back next week and bring a friend. We want to double the number of people. Are you here next week, next Monday? Okay.
Just back. I should
Just
have a real tan.
You're good. You won't be spray tanned. So we want you to come back next week and we want you to bring a friend. So everything that you learn, drop one thing in the comments that literally just blew you away that you heard tonight. And then I want to ask you to share that with a friend and bring them back next week. Thank you so very much to everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for
on.
joining my little family and me tonight.
We were happy to see them. Absolutely adorable. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your St. Patrick's Day
Happy St.
evening.
Patrick's Day.
And have a great night. Take care. Oh, she just already signed off. See, those kids do that. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.